Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Full list of store closures in March 2025, from WH Smith to Homebase. As we roll into March, it's another bleak month for the high street, with several stores set to shut their doors for good. January and February has already seen scores of closures across the country, including 33 branches of DIY favorite Homebase and several New Look and WH Smith outlets. This month will see more branches of those brands shut, while other names saying goodbye to stores include Greggs, Dobbies, and Select Fashion. Last year was one of the worst ever recorded for the British High Street, with over 13,000 store closures from big brands reported. The Center for Retail Research predicts 2025 will be even worse, with 17,349 closures forecast. Here's a look at the full list of UK shops set to close in March. Clothing chain New Look recently announced plans to close 100 of its stores. It has already shut stores in the Caroline Court Shopping Centre in Loughborough, Leicestershire, and Porth in Rhondda Cynon Taf, Wales. The next store facing the axe will be the St Austell branch in Cornwall, closing on March 4. This will be followed by the branch in Team Valley Retail World in Gateshead, Tyne and Ware, closing on March 9. New Look bosses had been planning to make closures for some time, but accelerated the move and upped the numbers after announcements in the autumn budget, including a 6.7% rise in the minimum wage. The retailer is also winding down its entire operation in the Republic of Ireland, with closing down sales launched across the country yesterday. It's understood the stores will remain open until stock is cleared. WH Smith is in the process of closing several of its high street stores, which have struggled in recent years. The next store to go is in Accrington, Lancashire, set to shut on March 15, after its lease expires. The company has already shut stores in Bolton, Bournemouth, and Boscombe in recent weeks. Meanwhile, branches in Essex, Suffolk, the West Midlands, and Newport are set for closure next month. WH Smith wants to focus on its shops in airports and train stations, which are far more successful, and plans to open 110 more in these locations. It also plans to start selling vinyl, which has seen a surge in popularity, as well as Toys R Us products. Dobbies Garden Centres has already closed 16 of its outlets since mid-December due to falling customer numbers. The store in Aylesbury was due to shut at the end of February, exact date not given, although there are reports in the Bucks Herald it's been bought by another company. The next store set to close is the Northampton branch, but it will be taken over by the family-run British Garden Centres, who will retain the current staff. It will close as Dobbies on March 2 and be shut temporarily as the site is rebranded and restocked. It's not yet clear when it will open under the new ownership. DIY favorite Homebase went into administration last year. It was partially saved by CDS Superstores, owners of The Range and Wilko, but several stores have shut or are shutting, including 18 this month. Some have been bought by B&Q and Wix. The Homebase stores closing in March are in. Bakery chain Greggs is shutting one of its Cambridge stores in Fitzroy Street on March 31. A branch in Amersham, Buckinghamshire, and one in Foleshill Road, Coventry, closed in January. Greggs fans fear not, this doesn't appear to be part of a widespread cull, with the retailer actually planning to open more stores this year. The company has over 2,500 outlets across the UK, including 500 with franchise partners such as petrol stations. Outdoor clothing chain Trespass is shutting its store in Highcross Shopping Centre in Leicester on March 31. A closing down sale has been launched, with 60% reductions on some items. It comes weeks after Trespass revealed its branch at Hillstreet Shopping Centre in Middlesbrough would close for good, just 2 years after opening. The retailer, which has around 300 stores, has also shut branches in Norwich, Sutton Coldfield, and Coventry in the last 6 months. British clothing chain Select Fashion has begun closing several of its stores. At least 2 stores, Merthyr Tydfil in Wales and Wellingborough in North Northamptonshire, will shut in March, with the latter closing on March 15. Many of the other affected stores are in towns and cities in northern England, including South Shields, Peterlee, Thornaby, Hartlepool, Scarborough, Hull, Ashington, and Scunthorpe. Stores in Wolverhampton and Kidderminster already closed in January. The brand, which has over 100 stores, fell into administration in 2019, but was bought out by Genus UK Limited. Disability charity Scope announced in January it is considering closing 77 of its shops. Chief Executive Mark Hodgkinson said, "Despite our team's best efforts, our shops are collectively now losing money when taking account of all of their costs. A number make strong profits, but there are loss-making shops too. We will be putting forward proposals to close some of our shops, in stages, over the next 18 months. The proposal includes 3 phases, with shops shutting when their leases come to an end. This would see 41 shops close by the end of March, another 31 shut between April 1 and March 31, 2026, and a final 4 close after that. Craigden Mountain Sports is closing its store in Inverary, Aberdeenshire at the end of March. The Scottish outdoor clothing and accessories chain, which also has stores in Aberdeen and Edinburgh, has already launched its closing down sale. The reason for the closure is not clear. Beaverbrook sells jewelry and watches and has 89 stores up and down the UK. The brand has announced that 7 stores are closing, though, 4 in March. A representative said, "Due to a range of factors, there are 7 stores that are unfortunately no longer commercially viable, and after careful and thorough consideration, we have made the difficult decision to close them. We aim to retain as many colleagues as possible within other Beaverbrook stores or the wider business, and are working closely with each individual affected." The stores closing include: get in touch with our news team by emailing us at webnews@metro.co.uk. For more stories like this, check our news page. Era. More, sleep soundly with Udi's new temperature-regulating pajamas. Era. More, shoppers rave over insane, hidden gem furniture shop, and it's cheaper than IKEA. Era. More, remember Uniqlo's cult crossbody bag? There's a new rival in town. Stay on top of the headlines with daily email updates. This site is protected by Ray CAPTCHA, and the Google privacy policy and terms of service apply. Your information will be used in line with our privacy policy.